What healthy food tastes just as good as unhealthy food? Homemade salsa. So easy to make. You can put whatever in it. Delish. Tzatziki. Pistachios. Oh god, I cannot keep pistachios in my house because I'll eat all of them. I once bought a Costco bag. Never again. Cashews and almonds too. If I was a rich man. Macadamia nuts. TBH, it all depends on the seasoning and preparation. Most unhealthy foods are just unhealthy because they are made with tons of sugar, salt and trans fats or saturated fats. I agree with this. The biggest thing about eating healthy is just cooking yourself. It's amazing how much healthier you eat when you actually see what you are putting in the food. It's not a whole lot more effort, and there are so many delicious meals to be had that are relatively good for you. I remember when my ex was doing keto, and I found some of the best meals I've ever made. I don't do keto, but I still make them. Alternatively, it is amazing how you realize a ton that makes delicious food is butter and sugar. Dried mango tastes like hairy gummy bears. Personally, I like it. Dried mango is amazing, but I feel that you described it in the worst possible way. Lol. He made it sound extremely unappealing but also very appealing, which is something. It would have cost you $0 to phrase that differently. If you do it right. Smoothies. I put tons of veggies in my smoothies. Spinach, kale, carrots, beets, arugula, parsnips, etc. Seriously, half my smoothie is veggies and I mask the flavor with fruits. I usually also add half an avocado, protein powder, turmeric powder and hemp or flax seeds. I usually eat it for dinner and call it the lazy salad. Bonus round, adding cinnamon, pure cocoa powder, fresh ginger, or dash of vanilla will seriously up your smoothie game. I eat a smoothie with yogurt, peanut butter, almond milk, oats, chia seeds, banana, strawberry, and pineapple pretty much every day before work and still haven't gotten sick of it after over 2 years. I don't get breaks at work and this thing keeps me going my whole 8-9 hour shift. Damn. No breaks for 9 hours. That's rough, bud. I do pretty much the same thing. Try throwing in some kale and spinach. You can barely taste them and you get all the nutrients. Mangoes. Just don't be like me and realize you have an allergy to mango skin after consuming a dozen of them and then wondering why you have massive herpes like rash on your lips. You mentally go through your most recent escapades and are completely baffled, miserable for days. You unknowingly keep eating mangoes. Due to all your mango consumption, you do a nice Google search on the health benefits of mangoes. Some wise person out there recommends rubbing the skin on your face for glowing skin. You're an idiot and go ahead and do it. 12 hours later the pain and itching is unbearable. Your whole face is covered in a terrible rash. It's on your hands, neck, cheeks. Google mango rash and lo and behold, mangoes secrete a similar substance as poison ivy. So if you're highly allergic to poison ivy, have someone peel and wash those mangoes prior to consumption. Also, don't rub the skin on your face like a complete effing idiot like me. What kind of sadist recommends rubbing mangoes peels on your skin? It's in the same family as poison ivy, as you unfortunately found out. Fresh picked berries, especially when they're still warm from the sun. I can eat a bowl of them like a bowl of chips. I hope everyone at some point gets the chance to eat nice ripe blackberries, fresh off the vine. They just absolutely pop with flavor. One of my favorite parts of springtime, where I live in England. Fresh blackberries grow everywhere in August. Ever since I was a kid, we've always gone out and picked buckets of them, ate a load fresh, cooks them into pies and crumbles, and froze the rest to eat over the next few months. It's one of my favorite things about late summer and autumn. I dragged my boyfriend blackberry picking a few years ago. He never realized you could eat the wild ones and was mind blown. You can't beat them. Fresh peaches, when they are just ripe as their peak of flavor. I had a fresh peach only once in my life right off a farm. Thing exploded into juice the minute I took a bite. I still dream of that damn thing and finally get why people keep saying farm stand market beats store. I had one of these in Italy. Our tour guide told the bus driver to pull over to buy fresh peaches, and as soon as I bit into it, the peach juices were dripping down my chin and arm. Best peach I've ever had. I think about it a lot, and this was back in 2011. Mackinac peaches. Jerry, if I had my way, I'd eat peaches every day. Oh man, if you haven't had a fresh peach, you haven't lived. I can eat a peach for hours. Hummus. I mean, hummus is healthy if you eat it like a normal person. For some reason, I can't help but eat the whole family size hummus in one setting. Yes, baba ganoush and salsa too. Hell yeah. Not only is baba ganoush absolutely delicious, it is fun to say as well. Blueberries. Small, juicy, flavorful, and they are good for your brain in processing thoughts and memories. I eat blueberries every day, but I'm still a effing idiot. Just imagine if you didn't eat them, especially when you freeze them. They taste even better like that. My sensitive teeth are telling me not to do this. Oatmeal with banana, berries and spices like cinnamon, ginger, salt, maybe some cocoa powder. I'm simple. Steel cut oats with bananas and old-fashioned peanut butter. Solid. I prefer to use frozen banana and make nice cream. Then add some nut butter, tahini and spices like cocoa powder for example. Then eat it with the oatmeal. Oranges. I could eat them anytime. Shout out to Mother Nature for pre-slicing our oranges for us. The ones Mother Nature grows aren't as easy to separate. We certainly had a hand in that. Fruit. Especially from a local farmer's market. Fruit is like a mini lottery. When it's good it's delicious. When bad it's terrible. Unfortunately, how well it will taste is not always visually evident. I grew up poor, in a small town in the middle of nowhere. We never had fresh fruit. Now as an adult, I can't stand the taste. I feel like I'm really missing out. You just have to keep eating it and you'll eventually get used to its freshness. Don't start with fresh pineapple though. That stuff will literally eat you alive, make you feel really scratchy. Homemade fresh guacamole. I ate guacamole like it was nobody's business. Then developed an allergy, stomach cramps and itching. Apparently it's connected to my latex allergy and I have sensitivity to banana, papaya, kiwi fruit, celery, and sometimes even pre-packaged salads because they wear latex gloves during packaging. RIP. I knew somebody with a similar allergy and there's ways to sidestep this. The latex particulates which trigger the allergy can be avoided if, instead of avocado, you switch it out for a similar, creamy base. I've found good success using chocolate ice cream. The tomatoes can also cause latex flare-ups, so I usually forego them in favor of sprinkles. And the cilantro clashes with the new flavor profile, so it's better to replace that with caramel sauce. Your guac might then be missing the satisfying chunky texture, so you can mix in marshmallows for textural variety, and waffle chip crumbles make for a more palate-aligned chip situation. On the whole, your homemade guac should now be tastier than ever and sure to avoid any nasty allergy reactions. Cut up apples with cinnamon. Instructions unclear. Cinnamon stick wouldn't cut apples. Are you saying here's all bark and no bite? Caprese salad. Michael, did you put caprese salad in my drawer? Since when it is illegal to put caprese salad anywhere? Carrots are pretty okay. Sour fruit like Granny Smith apples and tangerines. Dates, yogurt, rye bread. Most common vegetables if stir fried, especially in olive oil. Leeks, peppers, haricot verts, rice crackers, tomato sauce without additives, brown rice, smoked salmon and fish in general. And let's not forget the humble potato. Homemade guacamole, fruit smoothies, roasted carrots, carrot fries are the quarter carrots, dust with spice cornstarch mix, bake until crispy, at 350 or 400. My hot take is I will eat raw carrots like I'm Bugs MF Bunny, but once you cook them in any capacity keep them far away from me. Interesting. Absolute opposite. Raw carrots are. I can't put my finger on why I don't care for them, but roast them. Damn. Son, cooking them does completely change them. Cucumbers or jicama with salt and lime juice, tajin powder if you want some spice. In the Hispanic grocery, I see these little cups of white sticks or slices with red powder sprinkled on it. Is this jicama like you are talking about? Most likely yes. They're really good and they seem to be getting popular thanks to the keto diet. In Mexico we grow up eating them in school as a snack, so it's nice seeing them get the love they deserve. Beans, yeah, beans. Pretty much any veggie with spices. Also pretty much any veggie if you roast or stir fry instead of just boiling away the flavor. I forever maintain that the only people who don't like vegetables are the people who don't know how to cook them. Soup can be healthy if you put the right stuff in it. Eating soup is like eating a hug when you're not feeling well. Just made a batch of leftover soup earlier. I usually go for Fibonacci soup. which you make by pouring some of yesterday's soup and the day before yesterday's soup into a single vat. Any leftovers, of course, carry forwards into tomorrow's fenoxy soup. I really love soup. With a nice salad and bread, I can eat that for dinner every single night. Strawberries. Mediterranean food. Why is your username ham panties? I just thought it sounded funny. Why isn't yours? As a Turkish person, yes, my mom makes a really good easy salad of cucumber, tomatoes, chopped red onion, parsley, olive oil and lemon juice. I love using olive oil and basically any veggie. My BF used to eat canned vegetables before he met me. Now they are not allowed. I just made a Greek salad with those ingredients plus feta cheese yesterday. I must have gone through 2 pounds of it in 24 hours. Great, I'll have a pizza for lunch. Any roasted vegetable, especially carrots, a little olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic. Finish with parmesan. Absolutely delicious. I adore Brussels sprouts done this way. I used to think Brussels sprouts were nasty because I had only ever had them boiled and those are gross. Roasted Brussels sprouts changed my life forever. So much fruit tastes amazing and is still healthy. Pineapple, strawberries, blueberries, clementines, etc. I effing love fruit. It's the main thing keeping me healthy. If you freeze grapes or berries, they taste just like and have the texture of regular popsicles. Just bite size. It's my favorite summer snack. Bro, pineapples are so effing good. People don't know what they are talking about. This thread is so full of misinformation, it's astonishing. Fruit is not bad for you. I mean, if you were only to consume fruit and nothing else, then yeah. But they are not sugar bombs balls. People comparing it to candy are so off base. They do have sugar in them, but all sugar is not equal in the way it affects the body. In the case of fruit, the sugars are bound to fiber, so when the body metabolizes them it does so slowly and doesn't spike your blood sugar in the same way. This isn't important so much for the initial spike, but for the subsequent drop when your body overestimates the need for insulin, as compared to refined sugar which is absorbed more immediately. Drop. This is part of the reason for the glycemic index, which most fruits are notoriously lower on, though it's more complex than just the GI score. On top of that, they possess phytonutrients, which play an important role too. Fiber is initial, but phytonutrients have been found to inhibit the transportation of sugars through the intestinal wall into our blood and can block some of the intake of sugar into cells lining our intestines. 2. Antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, and good dietary fiber, and when included in a balanced diet, are quite important helpful. Taking an example, an average banana has about 14 grams of sugar, but eating a banana is good for you and has some nice benefits and won't spike your blood sugar drop in the same way. My stepfather is diabetic and his dietitian has recommended a banana in the morning for this purpose alone. On the other hand, eating 14 grams of pure refined sugar, though the same amount, is bad for you, will spike your blood sugar, and can lead to the development of certain diseases later on. In closing, natural sugars, and other carbs, with keto being trendy, are not inherently bad for you, if again, they aren't the sole source of your nutrition, like they are demonized to be. Refined, processed forms in inordinate amounts are. However, this also applies to other carbs, to proteins, and to fats. For example, an avocado contains a lot of fat, but they are wonderfully healthy, because fat isn't inherently bad. But eating the refined, processed oil from an avocado is bad. Whole grains are wonderful, but eating their processed flours are not, and so on. Anyways, don't be afraid of fruit. My gosh, I don't like that you didn't put mango. I'm sorry, I'm not a billionaire who can just buy mangoes willy-nilly. Yes, you forgot the best fruit. Raspberries. Why are they so delicate? What's molding? Raspberries. What's leaking juice in my fridge? Raspberries. What's smooshed in my shopping bag? Raspberries. I mean, I don't know if it's technically a healthy food, but roasted potatoes are amazing. I cut them up, put some olive oil on them, and then throw some fresh thyme and rosemary on them and bake them in the oven. I absolutely love them and they're so much better than fries. Homemade baked fries are also killer. Honestly, anything you can get frozen you can make yourself, which means it's slightly more healthy BC or less processed things. Fruit salads are also amazing, as are yogurt parfaits. Eater. Holy F, I didn't think a comment about potatoes would get this much attention lol. Eater 2. Thank you guys for all your potato suggestions. I'll have to try them all now lol. This is how we eat potatoes pretty much every time we eat potatoes. I do garlic powder, salt, paprika and a tiny bit of oregano. Watermelon. YTF, doesn't this thread contain an overwhelming amount of love for watermelon? It's mostly water, low in calories and carbs, and is the single most delicious, sweet, can eat tons of it without feeling too bad. Healthy food out there. Nuts, walnuts, pistachios, cashews, almonds. They taste so good. Grilled onions. Egg Thai tom yam gung soup or sashimi sushi. Lentil soup. Greek salad is bomb. Has cheese, cucumbers, bell peppers. Doesn't get any better than that. Mushrooms. Egg. Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time? There's a fruit called a date. They are sweet and taste like caramel. The texture might be a little weird to some though. However, there are many health benefits such as it being high fiber and nutritious. You should try it sometime.